Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, shout out to everybody, man. This video is basically going to be something about a spinoff of basically what happened today in the spaces with the Bitcoin army. Man, that was a hell of a space. Shout out to you guys. That was an amazing thing. The title of the thing was "Are Bitcoin Companies Just Shitcoins in Disguise?" And man, I couldn't really get into it because I was out in the boondocks in the middle of Florida trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Man, I'm so pissed that I missed that. Man, there was a lot of good points in there. Sat Scholar threw out some things that I was very impressed. I really liked what he said. There was also another guy in there that I wanted to really link up with. He said he used to be a hedge fund trader or just be an actual trader. That's someone who I definitely want to link up. If you guys know his name, please drop his name in the comments. Tag me on X, do something, man. Like, I definitely want to link up with that guy. He seems to have a lot of knowledge about the market, and I love messing with people like that. So basically, man, what I was trying to say earlier is that, man, these companies are definitely shitcoins in my opinion. Now, this is just a theory that I have and everything, but as of right now, these people are definitely shitcoins. The ETFs alone hold about 66 different ETFs. Treasuries hold 139 treasuries, and that accumulates about 30% of the supply. Bitcoin is decentralized, right? Well, we're going to really find out because that's something that we got to talk about. Or did we just repackage it or slap a Bitcoin logo on the fiat trap? Because this is something that we got to talk about because that's what I feel is really going on. I feel like we just took a Bitcoin logo and slapped it on all these stocks and treasuries and bonds and whatever the hell people want to call them, and we wound up putting our logo on it. Now everybody's becoming bullish. But let's really get into it and let's cut the bullshit. These companies are buying Bitcoin, aren't doing it for the plebs. They're doing it for the yield, for the control, for the illusion of the scarcity. Because holding Bitcoin as a scarce treasury asset doesn't pay unless you're trading leverage or selling them the dream, which we already know that a lot of people are pretty much hooked on the dream. Like, they're not thinking clearly, they're sipping the Kool-Aid, and they're kind of being lost in the system. So what do? They get creative, they offer yields, they offer exposure, but where did this yield come from? This yield comes from you. You're the liquidity. They don't need Bitcoin to go up forever. They just need you to think that it will. And a lot of people are just, buying the narrative of what Michael Saylor is saying. It's going up to $1 million. It's going up to $49 million. Whatever the fuck everybody thinks, it's going up there, and you're buying that bet. It ain't a definite thing, but you're buying that bet based off of scarcity and off of the mathematics that you guys put together, which I do believe that Wall Street understands that you guys don't know how to do math like that. But that's for another video. So let's talk about narratives. Everybody chanting number go up is missing the plot. The ETFs are the market now. They control the inflows, the outflows, and your emotion. They build hope, they build hype. They sell it back to you as yield. And that's the name of the game. Like, they're not sitting here telling you all types of bullshit so that you could whatchamacallit, excuse me. So they're not gonna sit here and, sell everybody a dream. Well, they're gonna sell everybody the dream, but they're not gonna sit back and try to, not be able to bring yields to their customers and not be able to actually get the fees off of this. This is all about a money game. This is all about fiat. And, little things like them propping up the markets right now with USDT and USDC. These guys are buying these 2 year these 2 year bonds. They taking the money from the 2 year bonds, propping up the 10 year bonds. So this is the whole fiat market is. It feels like it's being propped up by crypto right now. So, if you guys know how to do the research, like getting into Arkham and stuff like that, like something like this, Arkham, you can see, I bet all these guys are over here selling, doing all types of stuff. This ain't current information. I just wanted to like show you guys something real quick about wash trading, because that is something that is pretty big in the system. And yeah, you want to be well aware of the wash trade. Now you can see it like right now. They understand how they're gonna pump and dump it. So obviously Grayscale will be selling. BlackRock will be picking up all of these shares because Grayscale has the worst yield in the game. And then you see the sell 14.35. I mean buy. And then if you go back in the charts and go back into the days, you can also go back and see if those 14. Well, here's a wash trade. Wash trade for 11.93. buy, so buy. They're waiting for the pump. They're gonna sell at a higher number. You can come back probably on Monday, Tuesday, and see if they're gonna sell the same amount. The wash trade is it's blatantly in our face. It's just a lot to go through. And if you watch that on-chain analysis, you can basically see when they're moving and doing certain things. But either way, let's get back to what we were overall saying. So then, with the wash trading and the sentiment and everything, ever wonder why the charts feel manipulated? That's because they are. These guys are building the sentiment. They're putting the liquidity in ranges where they want to buy Bitcoin at. They're putting it in the ranges where they want to sell Bitcoin at. Therefore, the reason why we're having the most bullish year of our life and Bitcoin is sitting at $104,000, $105,000 is because of this problem right now. They're wash trading. They're keeping it very stagnant. Inflows are all going through ETFs. Nobody's really talking about Bitcoin, like if you Google trend it and stuff like that. If they are talking about it, it's connected to an ETF or something like that. It's not the actual asset within itself. And these firms have to trade in order to get the API, which means that they wash trade. Pump and dump narratives is basically what they're going to do. They're going to always extract the liquidity from retail while giving you back a few sats on the pat, while giving you a few sats and giving you a pat on the back. So they weaponize the hopium. They also know while you're waiting for generational wealth, they're collecting their bonuses. So it's all a mental game that people have to actually understand what is going on and how it's going down. These guys are in it for the money, and they know what's going on. They also know that Bitcoin has a decent amount of power, and if I ever wanted to just shut it down or kill the narrative, what everybody knew back in the days that you couldn't kill it, but you could pretty much buy it. And if you buy it, you could do whatever with it from there. And these guys are on the process of buying it, man. I'm so shocked that what is this guy? 669 thousand Bitcoin, almost, bro. Come on, man. They're 400,000 Bitcoin away from 1 million. They did this accumulation within 1 year. Like that is crazy. So how long will the plebs until they catch on? These companies are already diluting shares, hiding reserves, operating through shell corporations, leveraging it like it's 2008 all over again. They control the onboarding, they control the offboarding, the marketing, the media, everything Bitcoin was meant to fix. They're using it to recreate their fiat casino with new chips. Like, this is just, to me, plain as day, and stuff that I'm always watching out. But let's be real. If you had a chance to use someone else's money to pump your bags, lock up the supply, trade the range, and sell the dream, wouldn't you do that? Because I damn sure would. This ain't consistency. This is coordination. Bitcoin companies aren't shitcoins because of the tech. They're shitcoins because of the intent. Centralized and over leveraged. They always make sure you hold the bag and not them. And they always, once again, like I said, they're gonna get that bonuses. So Bitcoin treasuries is just a new DeFi rug, or it's worse. This is how Wall Street takes full custody of the Bitcoin itself. And if you like this video and stuff like that, I wasn't trying to go fully in depth. I just wanted to add my little comments to the Bitcoin army, to their community and stuff. They're doing a great job over there, man. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to everybody, man. That was definitely a hell of a man. I'm sorry, man, because I use other platforms and stuff like that, so I get a little confused. But that was a hell of a Spaces. So you guys was doing your thing. But drop a comment, subscribe, and remember, just don't hodl, think, man. Be critical with your thinking. Even if they feel like they telling you the truth, man, criticize that truth, man. Like, don't be scared, man. People out here, they scared because they want to be liked by everybody, so they don't want to give out the truth or give out what they're really thinking about things, because you get put in a corner, you get put in a box and stuff like that. But this Bitcoin was never meant to put people in boxes. It was never meant for people to not be outspoken. If anything, it was meant to give us the power to do that and to be able to fight these guys. And instead, we're just trying to sell it to them and give them all the fucking power. And this to me is going to be some crazy stuff. But I haven't gave you guys no chart updates because Bitcoin just been in the range. I'm not gonna do charts every day and try to tell you guys with the whole entire trading by the day and stuff. That makes no sense. I play trading by ranges. I do long-term trades that bring great yields. You know, I'm looking at trades that can bring me easily 40, 50, 100% trades. Like, I'm looking for the good trades. I'm not looking for nothing bad. But, you know, as of right now, man, I'm watching Bitcoin very, very closely on the weekly. We got this VWAP riding. Momentum's looking to curve. RSIs are a little bit tight right now, but money flow is pointing up. So I would take all of this with a grain of salt, but a minor pullback to bring us back into maybe some type of, you know, we got a couple of ranges at the 98,000. We got a couple of ranges at the 94,000. We got a little range at the 104,000. So there's ranges that Bitcoin will go to, and of course there's micro ranges in between those ranges. So I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but right now money flow still pointing up, so it gives me more of a hope and more of a lean towards an actual pump. We can take us back into the daily. We can see what's going on. We already have our momentum already clipping off. Our sides are spread apart, indicating that this move to the downside is going to be a little bit lackluster. I would look for the VWAP to start coming back up to give us that pump and finish off the week strong. Now, the red dot on the weekly has not printed, indicating that it might give us another move up, print that red dot, bring us back down. But only time will tell. We'll take it into the 12-hour real quick, see what's really going on. Let's reset the scale, see what the fuck is cracking. So right here, we got this VPR, this volume range profile with this gap flying right through. We're breaking, we're tapping on support right now. Bitcoin can't lose this, because if we lose this, we're going to break through and most likely come into the anywhere from between the 98 range into the 96 range, find a little bit of support there. But now this support now eventually gets treated as resistance again. So this is how you play, or this is how I play the trade. So as of right now, I'm just waiting for the breakdown to happen. I'm in no trade. It's the weekend, low volume, low everything. So I don't want to get mixed up into anything. I had a great week. I don't want to get back to market my gains. So this is basically what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking for my next trade. But if you look closely, we do have money flow on the 12 hours starting to leak out a little bit. It is trying to come back up, but we got to watch it. VWAP is also curling down. Momentum wave is open towards the downside. So we have to be careful for any volatility towards the downside. Excuse me. So let's take it into the 8-hour real quick. 8-hour, we already see the curl on the VWAP. We already got money flow starting to come out. So now this is something that we want to be careful. We did this little top-down analysis so far. So now our job is to basically put it together. If we're seeing weaknesses already in the 8-hour, we can assume that this will start leaking into the 12-hour. 12-hour will leak into the daily. Daily will leak into the weekly. So even though there's bullishness on the daily and the weekly, you still want to understand that there could be a minor pump to bring us back up here, to grab the little liquidity that's sitting up there, to come right back down, since money flow is starting to leak out. These money flows are going to leak out through all these time frames, but the main one that you really want to watch obviously will be the monthly, weekly still looking healthy. Even if it comes back down and prints something like this, it could still continue to do this and ride that zero line. We just don't want it to crack the zero line. It cracks the zero line, we're in full-fledged bear market, and it's probably going to be some shit. Like, usually when we hit this red line, you can see over right here, money flow left, bam. That was a decent enough 66% dip right there. And money flow didn't come back up for literally 560 days. So you can see all of that. So money flow came up, perfect trade. You enter in your trade here, bam, take that trade. Would have been lovely if you guys would have done that. But also, let you guys know, this is Market Cypher, man. One of the best fucking indicators I ever came across. I really love this indicator. I built a bunch of things on top of it. Shout out to Crypto Face, man. That's my guy. Shout out to the Chameleon families, the Charlies, the Charlinos, the Charlinas. I guess he found out that she was a female. Shout out to my guy. But yeah, right now we were at the 8-hour. So let's take it back down 4-hour. Let's see if we can get any type of indications of what's going on right now. 4-hour money flow is in the red. It is looking like it's trying to creep back up, but we got another 2 hours and 34 minutes to actually see if this gives us a little tick up. That will give us some hope. Now, VWAP is riding the zero line. Very dangerous place to actually put in any type of trade. It can go any way, up or down. But RSI is right now giving us a little signal that whatever move does come might be a little weak. So guys, just play everything safe. It's the weekend. I wouldn't get too caught up into too many things. And yeah, I know a lot of you guys want to know what kind of stocks I'm holding, what type of cryptos and stuff like that. These are all the stocks that I'm holding. I'm gonna create videos and stuff like that as it starts continuing to go. These are all the ETFs that I am in and out of and dealing with and watching. Some of them, I'm not in all of them. To be honest with you, I don't really care for them, but these are what I'm watching. Definitely into a lot of these quantum computers, medical stuff. You know, I'm into it, man. This is what I do. But besides that, like I'll do more videos and stuff like that. I know people want to know like where the price of fucking Nvidia is going, and what are good entries, what are good exits and stuff. I'm gonna get into all of that. I'm trying to really figure out my spill on how I'm gonna do these videos and stuff. But I appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Like, subscribe, man. Repost, man. Yeah, and shout out to the Bit Army. You guys are really doing your thing. Yeah, that space was amazing. That was good talk, good topics, good everything. And I'm out of here, guys, man. You guys have a wonderful day and keep doing your thing.